Hello, all you ghosts and ghouls out there. Welcome to the holiday special of Strike Team Gaming Presents Level 4 XP, brought to you by Revis Productions. Welcome. I am here with
Irishguy, aka Mike. That's zombie Doc.
And Zmainia.
Welcome everyone, I am Game Boy. Apparently the only one who took this episode seriously with the dress up and the costume and the pumpkin. And thank you everyone for joining this episode.
Hey,
I'm in costume.
I
Yeah,
know.
he's dressed up.
Jersey.
he is
You're-
dressed
even
up
though
as
they were
someone
out of
who's
the
not in the
playoffs.
playoffs.
Yeah, he's dressed up as a sore loser. Welcome everybody.
Ow.
Today we are going to be talking about our favorite horror movies to watch during this time. We're also going to be addressing our favorite video games to play during this time period and our favorite pastime to do during the holiday season. I'm going to let someone else take it away and start this conversation.
So we've been having technical difficulties. So as Zach brought up earlier, it's not just going to be horror movies. It's going to be Halloween movies that we watch around that time. But besides that, pretty much horror games are. I don't think there's any really Halloween games.
Time out. Because my list suggests heavily. No peeking, no cheating. Heavily suggests that you are most mistaken.
Well, with that, let's start with you then.
Oh, are we going videos or video games first?
You can go video games or movies, whichever.
You're starting the show. So
Yeah,
it's up to
let's
you.
do open your
all right.
mouth.
So I am decreeing that we're gonna start with movies. So my top three movies, in no particular order, it would be Addams Family, the original ones. I'm gonna count 1 and 2 as a combo
The
pack for
Addams
this one.
Family.
Typically that's why I say when we do movies that have like that, I just include them in there, even though some of them are bad. It's just easier to just put the franchise in there.
Can we just, real quick, since you brought up Addams Family, can we talk about the relationship between, I'm drawing a blank on their name, I fail, the mother and father Adam,
Morticia.
thank you, how thirsty those two were for each other and how, like, I aspire to have a relationship like that. Did you see the meme of that particular editor's, the film writer's note on a scene? I'll have to find it.
I kind of recall what you're talking about, but I can't recall what it says.
So I saw on Facebook, it was a movie excerpt from the script, right? And there was a particular portion of the scene where Morticia was like, the way you acted last night, you ravaged, you were like an animal. He's like, oh yeah? Do it again. And then like there's a heavy like editor's note. It was like, we need to understand that that they imply that they are going to fuck and that's all they want to do.
Yeah.
You must have sex in your eyes, Morticia and Gomez.
If you don't aspire to have that level of relationship,
Yeah.
He's got to understand. It's largely the intimacy. It doesn't have to be sexual specifically, but it's more the intimacy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That one's just much more carnal.
Yeah. I was actually rewatching them. They were on because it's Halloween.
Same here.
And I just love the second one when she's up against the torture board, and he's just like, oh, cara mia, I just seeing you strapped here with red hot pokers, and I was just like, yes. Because when I was younger, my neighbor used to call me Gomez. So we'd do the little pencil mustache. I slick my hair back, have a little part in the center. I go around just messing around and just going, Mor shari karamia. Just doing different tones like that, or different sayings. And actually, I think for one Halloween, I actually did, when I was younger, go as Gomez.
that is super funny.
Right.
I'm going to be honest, like...
Dude, I love those movies. So, continue, sir.
The second one would be Beetlejuice.
Classic.
Oh man, that one is just great all around. It has It definitely encompasses the Halloween spirit and dead people coming back to life specifically. Haunted house, And then the third one, as my shirt would suggest, is The Nightmare Before Christmas, which some would argue is kind of a Christmas movie, but I would also argue it's both. So shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bold.
I finally watched that for the first time with Jen.
When?
What?
Just
Don't you dare look at me. I'm the only one that did the homework. I watched
That was
it.
not in our homework.
I watched it for the first time like a month ago. It was actually a pretty cool movie. I really liked it. But like when he jumped down into Christmas Town for the first time, I couldn't help but think, but sing the song. The funk is in the air. White shit everywhere. I couldn't help it. Oh, I have no business being behind this mic right now.
First time, though.
Man.
I'm having difficulties getting past this. You think you know it, man.
Well, it's not Tim Burton movies for me. They're not like, they don't grasp my attention. Like, I don't know what it is about Tim Burton movies, but like I can't sit through movies once I watch them, I really like them. I think they're really well done, but like they don't appeal to me at its base.
They don't draw you in initially. It's not
Correct.
until someone brings it to you that
Right.
you're willing to partake.
My question
Okay.
is, did you watch Batman?
Yes.
Okay.
he is a diehard Batman fan.
Hey,
is
he
the
said
knight.
Tim Burton movies. Batman
No, I
was
get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
That's like when I say, hey, I don't watch this movie because of this actor, even though I've seen it. I'm like, like one of my friends, he's like not Johnny Cage, Nicolas Cage. I'm
Johnny
like, fuck Nicolas Cage. It's just
Have you seen Pig?
no.
Oh.
At least
Continue.
I don't remember.
All right, so those were my 3 movies. Are we gonna do all movies first and then video games, or
Wait, he did 3 movies already?
yeah,
Yeah.
technically 4.
I'm telling you right now, I'm already in trouble. I only counted 2.
All
Yeah,
right.
you're
Should
already
we have
figured
you
it
go
out.
next so you don't forget what your movies
I know,
are?
that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I counted The Nightmare Before Christmas and then Adam's Family.
Well, the other
You
one
missed
we
the
did-
one in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't really.
We didn't really
into
go
later
over
topics.
Beetlejuice.
That's right. He did say Beetlejuice. No, go ahead. I can follow on.
I'm assuming although now I know it's not a safe assumption, but I was assuming everybody knows these ones because they're pretty classic. But apparently, someone who I even consider a really good friend hasn't even seen one of these movies until a month ago. So I don't even know what I understand anymore.
All right, Mike. Movies. Your turn. Go
All
for
right.
it.
So for mine, mine also has Nightmare Before Christmas. But my list is in no particular order because I didn't write it down.
You didn't do the homework. I got you.
No, I did do the homework. Nightmare Before Christmas is one. The one that I don't really consider it a horror. Well, I don't consider that Nightmare Before Christmas a horror either.
Yeah.
But the one that's kind of horror, it would be Saw.
Okay.
Strong choice.
I consider it like a psychological thriller. Because I remember high school we were watching it in English class because the teacher came in.
Did not know what the heck it was.
No, he knew what it was. He just didn't care. He came in,
Who was the teacher?
the one that had the same last name as the high school.
Yeah.
He'd come in, have the blinds closed, lights off, sunglasses on in the dark, and he had 2 TVs set up, and he would put in Saw or whatever movie he had us watching, and we just sat there and watched it. And
Yeah.
but when he was teaching, he was good.
Yeah.
You might have had a serial killer for a teacher. I just want to warn you.
No, the teacher was actually pretty cool.
Oh, you know?
We went to the same high school.
So
Infor-
no, hold on.
Information process is slower right now.
Yeah.
Or not at all.
I knew a majority of the teachers
Okay.
because my grandma worked she was the registrar there at our school.
Okay.
And so I pretty much knew every teacher. Even to this day, me and my wife's English teacher, or no, I think it's world history or econ teacher, whatever he was. he still to this day remembers me because whenever something comes up missing, I'm blamed for it. Because so I had him in an earlier class. So side note from Halloween. So I had him in an earlier class, and I would steal his stapler or his dry erase mark, dry erase. And so she had his class a little bit later on, and so I would either give it to her later and say, "Here, can you give this to our teacher?" So she'd come in and give it to him. And there's been times where I've had it for a whole day, and I give it to her because at that time we had block schedule.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So so one day she would actually have it for a whole day and then give it back to him in the morning. So yeah, like I know pretty much a lot of the teachers there because of that. So my school was, or my school years were very, I couldn't do much. We'll just say that because of that.
Yeah.
But yes, I know which teacher.
Also, funny note with that teacher, there was somebody that borrowed a paper clip from him to use it as a roach clip because he was in the
I remember that
the portable buildings, and the next day, like he was a dude. Obviously, he came to school like hungover and whatnot, but he was. We're pretty sure he was a stoner too, back in his, at least in his heyday.
Yeah.
But he came to class the next day. Who borrowed a paper clip from me? I don't remember who it was, but I found it over by the window, and I know what you were doing with it. And everybody was just like,
Paper what?
but I was in the class, and I didn't even know somebody was smoking in the class.
Impressive. Yeah, that might. I know we're getting a little sidetracked, so I'll make it quick. But
I enjoy these conversations because right now, whatever helps. Yeah. So in class, I was in my chemistry class. Yeah, and we had the lab tables that were like shaped like half a kidney bean. Yeah, and so one kid everybody knew he was a stoner. I'll call him C. He came into class. Julian.
No, no, it's not Julian. No, he came into class and suddenly the whole room just started smelling like weed, and it's because he opened the bag in class, and then like that way he could smell or somebody else could smell it next to him, and then he closed it. So it was so strong it actually wafted into the hallway where one of the vice principals walked in. He was walking by and he smelled it, so he walked back in. And the first thing he does is he looks at C because he knows. He's like, I know you're somebody who has an issue with this stuff. So as he turns to talk to the teacher, 5 seconds go by. C takes it, tosses it into there's this like groove in the desk because they move. So he manages to toss right in there. And so after we all get searched and he ends up not being, he doesn't have it on him. So we all get cleared. He spent the rest of the class trying to put his hand in there and get it out without getting caught. He had to come back like the next day to get it.
Wow. High school years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. We can continue on with movies and then go to video games, or
Well, we're already doing
Yeah,
that.
let's just do round of movies, round of games.
Yeah.
The third one.
Shit, you already did two?
Yeah.
Sorry. I
thought we were doing video
Well,
games.
such
The-
a hard
the first-
time following.
The first one I did was Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
Because we already talked about that.
I do remember that.
The second one was Saw.
Okay, I do remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is sponsored by Liquid Courage.
Yes.
Look, when you have a hard weekend, you have a hard
As you
weekend.
can tell, a few of us,
All
hard
of
weekend,
us.
need that Liquid Courage.
Yep.
And the third one is going to be one that, from being a kid, scared the crap out of me because the first time I saw it was, up in the mountains.
Hills Have Eyes.
No.
Oh, that's I was
We were staying at one of my dad's friends' cabins or something.
Oh, okay.
Cabin.
And it was storming, and it was my first time. I was like maybe 10. Friday the 13th.
Oh.
It's a classic.
It's a pretty good classic.
And like it just
The first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I think it was, but
It was his first one.
You know why I'm asking that though, right?
no.
So the first one was actually the mom that was the killing. Jason didn't show up until the very end.
No,
of
Freddy
that.
Freddy Krueger.
Oh, Freddy Krueger. Wait, I'm mixing my movie. See, this is what happens.
Nightmare on
when
Elm Street is Freddy
yeah.
Krueger.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th
13th
is
is Jason.
Jason.
Okay,
Voorhees.
then
Jason.
Yeah, so I was right.
okay, then Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Also a classic.
Yes.
Yeah. That one, it scared the crap out of me because we were up in the mountains. I had no idea where I was. I didn't know who we were there with because it was my dad's friends and
Yeah.
their kids. And we were watching it, and it was stormy at night. And then, like, if I remember, I think it was the Nightmare on Elm Street. It might have been a different one of the series. But, like, the first kill happened, like, in a storm. And then it was up in Truckee. So there was, like, branches rushing on the roof.
So that sounds like Jason. Then.
I don't remember what it was. I was, like, 10.
Yeah, that sounds like Jason. If there was a kill with an actual like,
Do you remember?
Yeah, otherwise it
fingers
would have
or
been.
machete?
I remember there being a waterbed.
That's
I'm pretty sure
that's
it's Freddy
Nightmare.
Krueger.
Yeah, that's
Because
that
there's
was,
a scene with Johnny Depp.
2. I want to say that. I think that was 2.
Yeah, there was a scene with Johnny Depp where Johnny Depp pretty much is laying on a waterbed, and then Freddy just and grabs him and
Comes
sucks
out
him
from
in.
under.
Yeah,
Exactly.
little bitch. All right.
Damn, that was when he was young too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one could, because I was so young, like,
Yeah,
I refused to watch it.
gotcha,
Well, I mean, I've seen it since then, but, like, for the longest time, I've refused to watch it.
gotcha.
So
You're up.
I haven't seen a whole lot of horror movies because they frighten me. I don't do well with jump scares. I don't do well with
Oh, really?
no.
I think we need to have a movie night.
and we're going to a haunted house on Halloween.
Yes.
Halloween's Eve. Yeah. Oh, if you haven't heard of that, check out Heartstoppers Mineshaft. It's a 4-in-1 haunted house. Mike and I are for sure going to be going. We haven't encouraged Zach and Ronnie yet because Ronnie doesn't like haunted houses.
I just don't do.
Yeah. So anyway,
Just don't.
I just it's so weird because I went all of Heartstoppers only being scared once, and the only reason I got scared was because it was dark and then light and then boom, right? But other than that, anyway, continuing it.
Is that where you have to sign a waiver for it?
No.
No,
Oh, okay.
Is that-
I want to do one of those haunted houses where they actually can't touch you.
A lot
Yeah.
of those are down in. I think there might be one in the Bay, but I know a lot of those are down in SoCal.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
they're
do
all
a lot
down
of those.
either SoCal or Southern U.S. in general.
Yeah.
So I haven't watched a whole lot of horror movies, but thanks to Jen, you know, when you start a relationship, your choices of whether or not you want to do stuff become limited, meaning that you don't get a lot of choice. So what I mean by that is
Irrelevant.
whatever she does, I instinctually do. So if she wants to watch a horror movie, guess what I'm doing? I'm watching a horror movie.
Crying.
And crying, yeah. So I remember the first time I ever got scared from a scary movie or horror movie. I was living with my older brother Chris at the time, and we had just got done watching Paranormal Activity, the first one. I was like maybe 17, and if it wasn't, I hate movies that do this, but if it wasn't for the fact that at the end it said based on true events, I stayed up all fucking night looking inside my kitchen because every single little noise, man. I swear to God, like,
great.
and he had cats. He had 2 cats that were active at night. I was so upset. Like I was a little bitch. That was scary.
I think I wasn't there for that, but I think I remember, like, I think I came over within the next week and you were talking about that.
It was the Paranormal Activity movies were awful for me, and we watched both of them. The girlfriend he was dating at the time insisted we watch both. I was like, I don't want to fucking. Even Chris was afraid. Even he was like, I don't want to watch. This sucks.
Mommy, no.
Mommy, no. Okay, he did live with his mom. Mommy, no, indeed. So the second one on my list is another movie that I watched with Jen. I don't remember the name of it, so help me out here. It was a movie about a guy dressed in like a not Corey Taylor, one of the Slipknot people. Huh?
Pinhead?
No, not
Oh,
Pinhead.
that's the guy with all the
Long hair,
tattoos.
real sharp eyes, hockey mask looking thing. I want to say it's number 6.
Is it the one with the 3 bars?
Yeah, 3 bars.
Um,
He has real intense eyes.
Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
almost.
Uh,
But not.
wait.
It's not Clown. It's not Pinhead.
Leatherface?
Huh?
Leatherface?
Yeah.
Not Leatherface.
Wait,
Anyway, it's a
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is
Leatherface. Yeah. So the dude had like this Slipknot style mask, and he kidnaps or he convinces kids to kill themselves, and then like they're ingrained in film. I can't remember the name of it, but like we watch. There's 2 of these movies,
Yeah.
and it stars that guy, one of the guys from the new It, the adults, and then like the plot of it is this guy is a cop. He's helping the single mom who's escaping her abusive boyfriend. God, I wish I could remember the name. Jen's gonna say it to me. I'm gonna remember. And then the last one on my list is the one that is a movie series that I tortured our coworker Redhead with. Insidious.
Oh, yeah. That's another one I could add to my list. Yeah.
Insidious is a trip.
Yeah.
Do you remember which actor it was that played in?
He's got a almost triangular face, short hair.
Stand by while we look things up.
Yeah. I'm gonna see more.
Well, while you look that up, some honorary mentions. There was this one. It's Darkness Falls, 2003. That was a movie that I enjoyed when I was a kid. At the time, I probably wasn't older than 10. Oh, that was loud.
Damn.
Yeah, I think I was in a real rush. But yeah, Darkness Falls. It was basically about a small town in like Maine
Sinister.
where this woman was accused of kidnapping children, which they later found out she didn't. But she felt wronged, and so she came back as the Tooth Fairy. And the one thing was, if you ever saw the Tooth Fairy, she would kill you. So you can't see her. So if you felt the hand underneath your pillow, you keep those eyes shut. You don't look.
Was that Tooth Fairy or was that Darkness?
It was Darkness Falls.
Darkness
that was the
Falls,
name of the movie. But she was like the Tooth Fairy.
Yep.
And so, so the main protagonist ended up opening their eyes. Oh, big shocker. And, and just barely escaped dying or whatever. So left Maine, had sleeping issues, insomnia, all that stuff. Refused to go to sleep because they didn't want to get caught. 20 some odd years later, come back and... the rest happens. I don't want to give any spoilers if you haven't seen it, but good movie. Good movie.
So we found the name.
So the movie I was talking about was called Sinister.
Yeah.
That movie is a freaking trip.
I've been wanting to see it when it came out.
Mm-hmm. I think it's on Netflix.
It came out in 2012.
I highly recommend this movie.
And Sinister 2 apparently came out in 2015.
Yeah, this movie is really good. It's the first horror movie I actually got hooked on.
Yeah.
But
So the actor who he was talking about is James
Ransom.
So it'll be. I can see. Yeah, I know that movie was. It was on my list to see.
Oh, okay.
But I just, like I said, it's when it comes to horror movies for me, it's just like, I do occasionally get the jump scare, but a lot of them just like I can predict what's going to happen.
Right.
So it just.
I try not to think about it too much. That way I can enjoy it more.
I apologize, whoever I'm kicking.
Oh, I was like, was that you?
Sorry.
That was my knee.
That was my inner thigh.
So when you guys were talking about Tooth Fairy. Tell me why I was thinking of the Supernatural episode where Danny Trejo comes out as the Tooth Fairy. Oh, I'm so fucking drunk.
It's because you and your younger brother are the Supernatural bros. I mean, am I wrong?
You're not. You're not.
All right, so let's see if you can recap your movies. What were they again?
Fuck. I know I said Sinister,
Oh, yeah, we got one.
Insidious, and then Paranormal Activity. You know what sucks about dating a girl that likes horror movies? I get to watch horror movies every single night. It's great.
When's the last time you got a full night of sleep?
Not this month. It's great because like I already have a hard you know, but I already have a hard enough time sleeping as it is. It's just great when you get to top that with, oh, by the way, what if this was real?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I watched Sinister a few nights ago, when I mentioned this earlier off camera. It's on Netflix. Wait, did I say Sinister?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's why I looked at you funny.
Or it was Hush. Sorry. When I watched Hush a couple days ago, it was basically about a deaf woman. It's on Netflix, as I said. Deaf woman out in the woods, and then there's a killer that decides to go after her. I won't say anything more. But yeah, I watched that, and so when I got home after watching it, my first thing was nobody is home and all the lights are off. What if somebody's in here? So I pulled out my knife and I was like, all right, I'm just going to clear the rooms. Thought I saw a shadow of someone. I did not appreciate that. It was just my jacket.
All right, Ronnie, horror movies.
All right. So for me, it's not really horror movies. I like watching. I'm not a big horror movie fan. A lot of the stuff. I mean, even one of our other friends, Wolf, he's not. It's just we predict them, so it's hard for us to watch them and enjoy them. Like there's some I do enjoy for the gore and all that stuff, but I'm not like, all right, new horror movie, let's go out and watch it, you know, because like for the most part, I'm like, oh, that was cool. Yeah,
Well, yeah,
cool.
a lot of them more or less take from a script, if you will, that a lot of people already like work with, but it's fun finding their twists on it.
Yeah. So for me, when it comes to Halloween, I normally watch Halloween type movies. So pretty much, I wouldn't say my number one pick, but it's pretty much the top of my list is Nightmare Before Christmas. That is one of the movies that I just love. My youngest, when he his first Halloween, it was we got him a Jack Skeleton Halloween costume. Second year Jack Skeleton Halloween costume.
Nice.
You should have dressed him up as one of the three kids.
Oh yeah, no, it was cool because so we had each year. It was the same costume, just a bigger size for him.
Oh, okay.
But we kind of stopped it once he started getting older and wanting to, wear his own things. Kids.
Power Rangers have nothing on Jack Skeleton.
So I just love the movie. I just love the whole difference between them, between the characters. Oogie Boogie, just as you can tell, me and Zach both are wearing Jack Skeleton, Nightmare Before Christmas shirts.
I only wear this on special occasions.
So my wife actually got one that that says, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember what it says. It says something about children, and it actually is Jack Skeleton's hand with a kid skeleton's hand, and so it's a Nightmare Before Christmas themed. Like I have another one that she got, which was like I asked God for a best friend, and He gave me my sons.
Nice.
Still looking for that receipt.
So it's something kind of along those lines of, them, and because she knows I love them, that was the one thing. I'm just not fit to play Jack. I could probably play Oogie Boogie.
Yeah, you could probably have Altair over here play Jack Skeleton.
Ezio, you uncultured heathen.
For those of you listening, David is in costume as Ezio.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that Ezio never made that sound.
And he lost all credibility with that.
Now he's all tired.
Yeah, what's the score on the playoff NLCS for you guys?
Further along than the Yankees?
Touche.
He said, "Sit back down."
My next movie would be Hocus Pocus.
Ooh.
I was this close to putting that on my list.
So what really puts this on my list is just because of the mixture between some of the music and, excuse me, this is one of those movies I do remember watching when I was younger, with my aunt. So this was kind of, it's just kind of a Minto thing.
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus 2 is being developed and coming out soon.
Right?
Didn't
With
it
the
already
original
release?
Three Witches.
I don't think it did. I'm guessing
Oh,
it'll
it might
probably...
have probably got pushed back because I know it was already in production.
It was in production for a while. I think it'll probably end up coming back. It'll probably end up coming out next year, just because they don't want to put it out not around Halloween.
Right. Imagine if they released it during Christmas time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie, it just the whole song, and just the whole thing. It kind of that whole like corniness, a little bit of it, and especially for that era, and I just love the song. I put a spell on you, and this was the thing. I didn't even know that. I didn't even remember that Sarah Jessica Parker is one of the witches.
Right.
She's the blonde one. I didn't even realize that. And then because I was like, I looked it up again, and I was like, wait, Sarah Jessica Parker's what? And then so I pulled her up, and she sure enough, and I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, it just does, like, you can kind of see in the resemblance, but it's really hard. And so when they were talking about doing the second one, and I was like, oh, yeah, because I've been looking forward to the second one.
Yeah.
Coming back to doing it and stuff. So
Let's just talk about how much staying power certain movies have. Hocus Pocus, Friday the 13th, Halloween.
So get this. So our friend, our friends, we were talking about Hocus Pocus, and their daughter was like, "It's not that good." I was like, oh. All of us were like, "You're 12. We're gonna let you slide."
you get a pass.
For this year.
So,
better.
but I understand for her because some of those for that generation, like certain movies, like really ring with us.
Yeah.
Versus now some of these other generations. Because like my oldest, he's seen Beetlejuice, so he knows what Beetlejuice is. And my wife's like, parenting done right. I was like, yeah, because of me. But a lot of those movies, it's like some stuff, some do age well, some don't. Beetlejuice is one of those movies that kind of, a younger kid seeing that would get scared from it.
Yeah.
And just kind of knowing the story behind Beetlejuice and stuff. And I used to watch the cartoon when it came out, when they did that for a while. So that was just kind of one of those shows that really sustained with me too.
Yeah.
So my third one kind of on my list, it's hard with some of these movies, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't see, for me, Beetlejuice, like, it does kind of happen some of the time of the movie happens around Halloween, but it's not like Halloween. So a lot of those movies I watch are only come up on Halloween.
Yeah.
And I really don't have a really third one. That's my thing. It's hard.
Pet Cemetery.
But that's a horror.
That
I don't
movie
really
scared
watch.
the crap out of me as a kid.
Like, but that's what, like,
I think as long as it's a horror movie, it technically counts as a Halloween.
Halloween
movie. It's not a
movie.
Halloween like movie in the truest sense that it involves Halloween in its content, but it's still in like it's like seasonal.
So that's bringing up movies. So what do you consider like Halloween versus, you know, horror movies, because all that stuff, like a lot of those horror movies get played, like they come out during the regular year, and then all of a sudden Halloween comes around, and now they're getting played more, you know.
I will say, out of all the horror movies I've ever seen versus any of the Halloween-themed movies, horror movies lack one thing. Think about this real hard after I say it. Horror movies lack one thing.
Pumpkins.
Pumpkins. I've never seen a single pumpkin in a horror movie.
Well, it's because a lot of those horror movies don't. The only time you see a pumpkin is one.
I want to say there was a movie that was made that when Halloween was Friday the 13th, they released a movie on Halloween about that, and it was a horror movie. I can't for the life of me remember what the movie was, though. But I think there was a pumpkin in it.
If I did have to choose a third one, it would be
thick pumpkin.
It would be Addams Family.
Strong choice.
Yeah,
Glad I thought of it.
because one of those. Well, just watching it again.
Yeah.
And then just kind of like what we're talking about, the whole chemistry and my history with it and stuff. And then because I used to watch the TV show too, like the old black and white version of it. I love watching the old. Yeah, we even started watching the cartoon version that just came out, the new one. And so, like, all of us we were watching it with the kids and stuff, and my friends were over, and all of us are going through, they're creepy and they're crawly, they're groupie, and so we're just seeing it as they're doing it, and we're clapping, we're doing, you know, and it's just like those movies that, you know, you remember. So I'm just going to run through a list real fast. So this is from Town and Country Mag. Their top 35 movies. Scream is at number 1. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Classic.
Yeah.
Addams Family. Value. So kind of like what we did, we grouped them together. And like I said, with a lot of those, it's easier to group them together. The Omen.
Oh, fuck, I know that one.
So that's the one about the Antichrist.
Yep.
Damon.
That's right.
It's all for you, Damon. Hocus Pocus at number 5.
Nice.
Number 6 is Rosemary's Baby, which was 1968.
That's starring Nicolas Cage.
I don't know. It just has the list. Number 7 is Nightmare on Elm Street. First one was really good. A little backstory. They used, that is, I still think, one of the most productions that has used the most fake blood. I think there might have been a movie that might have topped it, but it's still one of the top rated movies for the most fake blood used during a movie filming.
So, without saying where I'm going, but for our anniversary, we're going up to a place, and right by the place is Elm Street.
Oh, nice.
And because that movie terrified me as a kid, I am going to kind of by a place where we used to go camping, and I remember, like, it's been 20 plus years since I've been there, and I still remember it. I'm like, oh yeah, it's by Elm Street. And then I pulled it up on the map, and I'm like, yep, still Elm Street.
You're taking the 4 of us in March to Elm Street?
No.
I'm so confused. Never mind. Continue, sir.
It was supposed to be a surprise.
Now you don't get a go. Number 8, The Haunted Mansion.
I'm so fucking hammered.
Number 9, Friday the 13th. This is one of the movies I've actually seen pretty much every iteration of the movies. Even Jason X, you know, I've seen a lot of them. Number 10, The Shining.
Oh, another classic.
Yeah, that was really good, especially with Ready Player One of, you know, one of the scenes in that.
Is Lights Out on the list?
I don't know. I'm going through.
Okay.
Halloween, which I just watched, and the new one. I think you were gone, Mike. The movie's kind of
No, I was here for that.
okay. Number 12. So this is kind of a kid thing. Halloween Town.
Oh yeah,
Here's your-
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I liked
That's
watching that
one
as a kid. All three of them.
that chat mentioned.
Gotcha. 13 Labyrinth.
Oh.
I love this movie. This is one of the movies I love. I just don't see it as a Halloween movie.
I don't think it's a Halloween movie.
No, but again,
It's
it's considered
So-
more in the season or in the
My
season.
brain just like turned off immediately.
I could see it turn off.
So this is one that my wife refuses to watch. Refuses to watch.
I know what I'm getting her for Christmas.
She'll
Chucky?
kill you. You won't make it to next year. Children's Child's Play. Chucky.
You know
Oh,
what?
yeah,
You really
that's what I
want
was
to fuck
thinking.
with somebody? Get that for Armando.
Or Julian.
Yeah. Armando can literally not stand the sight of Chucky.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's how his wife is.
There's a
some people are just that's out of all horror movie or anything like that, other than clowns, Chucky is the number one that I've heard anybody being like traumatized terribly about.
It's the doll. And this is like other movies with dolls, like especially it creeps out a lot of people.
it's a trigger for a lot
So
of people.
funny story with Chucky. One of my old coworkers had a life-size Chucky doll sitting on a shelf, and his girlfriend, like they were doing a Chucky marathon, and his girlfriend went to get up and bumped into the bookshelf, and the Chucky doll fell over. Needless to say, they stopped watching Chucky at least for the night.
Number 15, Beetlejuice.
That's great.
I'm about to be somebody else's problem here in a minute.
Number 16, Get Out. Number 17, Edward Scissorhands. Edward Scissorhands.
That counts as Halloween movie. That's not horror nor.
It says best classic Halloween movies.
It's one to watch at Halloween because it's
I think,
scary.
I think around the time it's kind of,
I knew people that were scared of him when I was younger.
yeah. This is another, it's a Tim Burton movie, so, Number 18, Ghostbusters. Love Ghostbusters.
I'm anxious to see how that new one's gonna be.
Yep. We don't talk about the other one that was made. Number 19, Carrie.
Oh.
This is a classic. The second one was
remake.
okay. The remake, I think it just wasn't done right.
I remember there were some viral videos that went like in a coffee shop or something. Somebody came in and acted like they had all the furniture and stuff rigged, and that girl comes in and is just like and puts her arms out, and all the chairs and tables just go against the walls. And there were some actors in there, but then there were also patrons in there, and it scared the crap out of them, and it was hilarious to watch.
It's especially the Confederates that really helped seal the deal on that.
What?
Confederates, people who are in on what you're doing, basically,
Oh.
to surmise it.
My mind went somewhere else.
Number 20, The Exorcist. This, I know at the time, scared a lot of people.
That scared me when I was young.
Definitely a solid classic.
Yep.
Especially that pea soup scene.
21, Casper.
What?
The not so
What?
Halloween movie.
Halloween movie.
Oh,
not
okay,
horror.
okay,
Not
okay.
horror.
Yeah.
So this is what we were talking about, like, was Christina, I can't pronounce her last name. Like, her as Wednesday, when I was younger, man, I had a hard crush on her. And then Casper, man, she...
That'll be an episode for another time, our Valentine's Day special. Talk about our Hollywood crushes.
Well, I guess
Number-
we're committing to a Valentine's Day special.
Number 12, Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh. Do you remember Danielle yelling at us because she's like, if anybody shows up as a character from Rocky Horror, she would suspend us?
Really?
No, I don't remember that.
Dude,
I can't believe I forgot about that.
I would have
show.
if I would have known that, I would have come in with
Dude,
some toast.
oh my god, I wish you remember that.
Where are my fish
She
nets?
literally
don't
said,
know.
if anybody comes in as a character from Rocky Horror, you'd be suspended right there on the spot without question.
because she was scared of it.
Yeah.
So-
No, I don't know if she was scared of it. I think she thought it was inappropriate.
That's
So
ridiculous.
this is one of like my aunt used to tell me about like because when I watched it and she told me about it because she was she told me that there used to be lines out around the block, people all dressed up for it, all this stuff. I was just like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, because we see it nowadays with Star Wars movies and all that stuff where people do that. So
I still remember the first time I saw Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was at my uncle's for the holidays, and I was sleeping on the couch, and they had DirecTV. So somebody put it on, and then everybody either left or fell asleep if they were falling asleep, because there was a lot of us. And so I just watched it, and I was like, this doesn't feel like the movie I should be watching with my family. But it was great, and I was pretty much watching it alone anyways.
just I love the time warp.
Yeah.
I'm a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania.
It's weird to think that he's also in Home Alone.
Right?
I love it. But it's such a disconnect.
The actor, and a lot of people don't realize who it is. I'm not gonna bring him up, but
Nope.
yeah, it's
You could really tell how much people. You can tell how old someone is based on where they seen that man
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
number 23. This scared the living. So this was before internet really took off. The Blair Witch Project.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get into games, but I'm gonna tell you why that movie's not scary.
So,
Oh yeah.
well, you got to remember that this movie came out before the great.
Oh,
Internet.
I'm giving it that sympathy.
So, like people just all of a sudden, and the way they presented it was that this was actual footage.
Yeah.
See, nowadays, like with you two, you guys are growing up to where the internet started happening, so information is available to you. See, before, the only thing that we got from news was a paper, something that the news, because even news stations
It was
were,
Yeah, I was
dial-up
6 years
internet
old
when
before.
that came
I
out.
remember.
yeah, even local news was reporting on it as like this is actual footage.
Yeah. Kind of like
So-
what they did with the invasion 19.
Yep,
I can't remember. the exact
rolled
date.
into the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very popular. I
Radio.
like how he started it off saying this, it's not true, and then everybody who turned in afterward was like, "Oh God, this is 100% true."
Pretty much collapsed the
Herman Wells. Was
yeah.
his name?
I think it collapsed like the greater East Coast, Northeast Coast.
And people were like running for their shelters and stuff like that.
The Craft at 24, really good movie. The follow ones up after that, horrible. 25, David's favorite movie, Paranormal Activity. My wife freaked out about this movie. Number 26, Double Toil and Trouble. I have no idea what this
Double-
is.
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it.
It's a Mary Kate and Ashley movie.
Oh.
Oh,
I was
those
about to say,
hosts.
it was ringing a bell, but I was thinking of a different. There's like a movie where these sisters that are witches and something like that, and one of them like kills her other sisters. One's a redhead, one's black hair. One kills the redhead's
like a-
boyfriend.
We're talking about
So-
ginger snaps.
Was that one? I can't remember the name.
That-
Honestly, earlier I was actually trying to Google the name because I couldn't remember. what it
That was
called.
one that because we just watched Jennifer's Body
Oh, okay.
with Megan Fox. That is a really good movie, underrated.
Toe Thumbs?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, it was H.G. Wells, by the way, for the War of the Worlds. I think I said Herman Wells.
Yeah, you
that
said-
was the 11th president.
27, Practical Magic with Sandra Bullock.
Actually, wait, that was probably was that?
This one's it wants to be a Halloween rom-com. It's
That's the one I was
starting
talking about just now.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I think it's
I
this
just
one.
had the redhead being the victim backwards.
Yep.
She was the perpetrator.
Yep.
Yeah. So this was literally the movie that I was talking about. I'm looking for.
28, Nightmare on Elm Street.
What?
Yeah, 28 on the list. Or not Nightmare, sorry. Night Before Christmas. I am tired. too.
Yeah.
Really good. 29, The Witches of Eastwick.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. And 30, Death Becomes Her. I haven't seen this one. Number 31, Sleepy Hollow with Johnny Depp. I think this one was done pretty well, especially for. I think this was one of the first like productions, really live action productions of this movie.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. 32, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Bram Stoker.
Yeah. This
Dracula.
Bleh.
this is the one.
Okay, Count Chocula.
This is the one with.
I am the Count.
Was this the one with Keanu Reeves and
Yes.
Winona Ryder?
Yes.
You know, because of this, they're actually still married.
Really?
Yeah. So with that scene where they actually get married, the priest that they have is an actual ordained priest. So they actually got married in that scene.
Talk about authenticity.
Right?
I'm facing
30
the same problem.
33, Silence of the Lamb.
It puts the lotion on the skin or else it gets the hose again. Put the lotion in the basket. I'm very tired.
No, the scene that gets everybody is the...
Hello, Clarice.
Fava beans.
I mixed his liver with some fava beans.
34.
And an iced Chianti.
34, Psycho.
You can say 34 all you want. We're still going to act out that scene.
And 35, bringing up the end of the list, Us.
Ah, yes.
The new movie about doppelgangers, pretty much.
I'm somewhat surprised it didn't make the list.
Yeah.
You know, an honorable mention. Oh, an honorable mention that I thought of while you were going through the list. Has anybody seen 13th Ghost?
Oh, dude.
Oh,
I
my
love
God.
that movie.
Yeah.
That is one movie I do watch when it
Pop
comes
my
out.
first boner to that movie.
All right.
It's time to go to video games.
Yep, time to go to video games.
All right, Zach. You started the show. You can continue.
Yes, as it should be. All right.
Because I don't think I have much for video games.
I think I have a decent list. It's only a top 3, so there's probably plenty of video games I didn't think of.
Sirens.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were telling me to wrap it up.
Yeah, I know,
I just
that's-
started.
That's what that symbol means. Is wrap it up.
Yeah.
No, that was Sirens.
That's not what that
I-
means.
You're making your own rule book at this point.
No, wrap it up into this. This is Siren. Anyway.
So then, back to the list. So there's probably plenty that I wasn't thinking of when I made this list, but in no particular order. Number 1 is the latest game that came out of all of these, bar none. Back for Blood. It just came out recently. It's basically the spiritual successor to the Left 4 Dead series by Valve. If I remember correctly, the Back for Blood, the people who made it, I can't remember off the top of my
The
head.
people who made or helped with the Left 4 Dead series came off, or a big part of them came off of that project
Made their own studio.
and made their own studio to make Back for Blood.
Exactly. So it plays pretty well. It seems like some of the after level reporting is a little bit off or buggy, but it works and it's pretty fun.
It's a great way to
If
stay
you,
in shape.
yeah, if you have Game Pass Ultimate, it's free through there. So I recommend trying it if you have room on your hard drive. But yeah, so Back for Blood. The second one is Friday the 13th, the game.
I'm gonna tell you right now that game was not scary.
Well, it's not about whether or not it's. Well, okay, if you turn off all the lights,
It's not horror. We're just talking about.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
just-
I'm sorry.
if
I'm
you
sorry.
turned off all the lights and you really get absorbed, when you like run out of stamina and your character gets scared more and more, the camera angle or like the amount of area you can see, it keeps like closing
think-
in.
so
you
I
get
think-
zoomed in.
that game tried so hard to be scary, but it didn't try hard enough. They wanted it to be scary, but they're like, what if Jason was like so super brutal, like unnecessarily brutal, like shit he didn't even do in the film.
But that's Jason, though.
But there was a sense of like horror and like fear to to Jason Voorhees, and then all of a sudden it's just like, nah, we're gonna take all that away.
Well, I'd say they kept decently close to the source material, but it is a game, and you want people to enjoy being Jason. So if he only has a chop animation or whatever, or a stomp animation, and he can't like pin something, the different stuff he could do, because there's multiple Jasons, and each has unique modifiers. But yeah, like it's still a game. There has to be a reasonable amount of variability. Anywho, yeah, so it's an online multiplayer game. So you have to have other people. There's no single player option, and the more you can actually level up your abilities and stuff like that. So it's not just a game that you get on, you pick whatever you're gonna be, and then it's just the same like Apex. It's not like a game like Apex Legends where the only thing you're really modifying is your skins. This one, actually, you get stuff. Like, you can get perks and stuff like that and upgrade. But anywho, yeah, so you're at camp, whatever, Wanatonka, and...
Wanahaka-loogie.
Yeah, you either play Jason or one of the counselors, and, yeah, you're just trying to either escape or kill everybody. There's different facets to it, but all in all, I'd say it's a good Halloween game. And then the third one would be the Dead Space series.
Oh, fuck that game, man. Oh, my God. I've not finished that game to this day. Yeah, I can't get through it.
I haven't finished the series, but I beat it. I've gotten inside 2 and 3. I just haven't beaten them.
Talk about
the first one.
Talk about games that we as a species just absolutely refuse to play in broad daylight. Like, think about it for a second. Dead Space, Aliens, all these games that take...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Why do we play them at night? Oh, because we clocked out of work? No, we only seem to play these games at night. Not on a weekend when we have a day...
Man.
I'm really, like, struggling here.
That actually startled me, because I was thinking about the game, and then I was just like, oh, my God,
not in the morning. During broad daylight when we have the day off. No, we only play these games at night. Anyway, continue. I'm about to be someone else's problem in about an hour.
So, in case you haven't played Dead Space, you're I forgot what his name is. Clark?
No,
that doesn't sound right. But you're there to fix whatever's going wrong, and then suddenly you got a bunch of what were they called again?
Xenomorphs.
Yeah, necromorphs. Sorry. That are just, they really want to hug you and eat you and tear off your limbs, and just like really just a bad time in general. And so you got to like make your way through it, kill them, and shut off it's been years since I've actually played the first one. But yeah, I always played it at night because I felt like that was the full experience. And I just remember like after like turning off the game and laying down at night, just thinking to myself, no, there's nothing in this room. I'm alone. No, there's no way. One time, something actually fell and landed. I scared the shit.
It's almost like EA was like, I need to hire some of the most violent-minded people in this company. You see this guy here? I need you to create monsters and just kill this guy in the most violent way possible. And boom, that's how you have the eyeball scene.
Can you get me a guy that has like 4 spike arms and then 2 legs and can crawl on the ceilings and through vents and stuff and just walk as silently as possible? So he sneaks up behind you and just goes at you and just tries to kill you.
All right.
Oh, like, and also make sure that the pathways are like 2 people wide. And really sharp corners. No lights work at all, practically. That'd be great.
Fuck that game, Mike.
All right, so first one for me is going to be kind of similar to his. I haven't played Back 4 Blood, but Left 4 Dead, back when it was in its heyday.
Strong choice.
Because I know Doc and I used to play that quite a bit.
Oh, man, I love that game.
And then the second one for me, I haven't actually played it, but I've watched a lot of it on stream because I'm cheap and didn't want to buy it. I can never say it. It's
Phasmophobia.
That one. I've watched it on the streams, and it looks fun. I'm just too cheap to buy it.
That's the one that
Ghost Hunter.
Yeah, and then like you talk and it can interact with you. And
Yeah.
stuff like that. Gotcha.
Yeah, you do that, and then you can put. You have like the. Oh, I'm totally drawn up like the white noise things where you can pick up frequencies and whatnot. And then the last one is going to be Fortnitemares on Fortnite.
Really?
They bring out a lot of fun weapons. And,
No, you need to pick a different game.
No, tough shit.
Hey,
No.
this is his list.
This is my list, yeah.
Not anymore. We're hijacking.
Tough shit.
Fortnite.
It's the Fortnitemares is fun. They bring a lot, like they bring the zombies into the game. They're kind of annoying. They're in the save the world part, yes, I know, but they bring them to the battle royale part.
I get it.
I would have accepted.
I don't agree
Black
with
Ops
it.
Zombies.
Well,
before
tough
that.
shit.
I don't agree with it, but I get it.
That's fun, and then they have like the pumpkin launcher, which is basically the RPG, but a pumpkin is the launcher, and dueling crossbows that kind of aren't great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say for my top 3 is gonna be Dead Space. I've yet to finish that game.
There's
Like-
a reason for that.
Yeah, I could play it in the daytime, and oh well, doesn't matter. The second game on my list, the one I tried to play during Halloween but just couldn't get through, was the Blair Witch Project.
Oh, you didn't get through the game?
I didn't get through it. I couldn't.
I got to the point where you could start like rewinding stuff in the video, and then I just got captured by other games.
That was so I got past that part, and it actually gets really interesting. I wish I had the nutsack to continue through it to the end because I was starting to really enjoy the story
Want
in
to
the
do it
game.
together?
Huh?
Like, need me to hold your nutsack, or do you just want to borrow mine?
I was gonna say he said he needs one first.
I have to break mine free from a jar that Jen's got.
Yeah, I was about to say Jen. Honey,
Jen.
You gotta ask her to release her grip.
She won't.
That's why I talk like this.
So I got really upset because spoiler alert, they kill your dog.
Oh, what?
Yeah. They force you to choose between holding onto your dog and just leaving him there.
Oh, that's
Oh.
fucked.
That's fucked. This is a dog that hangs out with you the entire game. And then they're just like, your dog goes off to do something for you. It gets hurt, so you're carrying him. And then, like, the game taunts you because it's like, release the dog. Put the dog down. It's actually, I had to stop playing shortly after. I was like, I couldn't do it. Because, like, Barkley, you know Barkley?
Yeah.
He's all like, what's going on?
Would you put me down?
And then my final game would be Alien Isolation. I have never played a game where I'm just like, I walk into a room and the next thing you know, I'm just like, yeah, let's
Really,
watch
though.
Netflix now. My Little Pony.
Dragon Tail Adventures, take me away.
The worst thing I ever did in my streaming career was try to play scary games in October. It's the worst.
Right?
Like,
Because you're obligated to stay there.
Right, because I'm just like I'd be playing a scene, and the next thing you know, I'm like crawling through a dark tunnel, and someone's talking like this at you, and they're just like, nope, I don't want to continue, but you have to.
And then you tune in his stream, and he's holding his dog.
It's gonna be okay, Barkley. The noises will go away eventually. I just have to sit here for an hour and a half, and people will appreciate it. All right, I'm lightheaded, so someone's gonna have to carry me out to Ronnie's car.
That was great.
So for me, I really don't play those type of games. Like the only real movie I have on my list is, game. Sorry, the only real one I have on my list is Left 4 Dead series.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, technically, that's 2 if you want to split.
Yeah,
the
if I want to
difference.
split, but normally I generalize them. So that
I was just
that
trying to help you,
franchise.
like, whatever. I don't even
No, I just don't get it. Like I have other family members that's played some of those games, but I'm just like, they just don't intrigue me. I'm not gonna spend money on a game that really doesn't intrigue me.
Well, have you ever played any zombie games or anything like that?
Yeah.
There you go. Minecraft has zombies.
But for kind of what we're talking about, those don't fall.
Look, we need 3.
Hey, I had Fortnite on my list. You can
It's
have
called
Minecraft on
content.
yours.
Have you guys seen the speed runs for some of the Left 4 Dead stuff?
I've seen Dark Souls speed runs, and those make me hurt.
When we're done here, literally go to YouTube and look up Left 4 Dead speed runs. Some of the shit people are able to do in video games.
Oh, I hate it. I love it, but it hurts me because
it's like,
annoying. Man, who thought of that?
Because like my older brother Byron's trying to get me into World of Warcraft, and I see people speedrunning dungeons. I'm just like, who the fuck has time for this?
So I'm just gonna mention some honorable movies from a couple lists. Games. Sorry, that's how much I pay attention.
I was
there's no horror games. Movies. One of this list: Resident Evil 2, the remake, Outlast.
I forgot about.
I can't believe I forgot about that game. Fuck that game. All right, fuck that game. Jen, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Jen is more of a man than I am because she plays that game for fun when she's bored.
Like I've tried playing it sometimes, and I got to a point where I was like, all right, I'm just gonna pause. I'm gonna play this with someone.
She had to go to the bathroom. She's like, get through this part for me, right? And like it was a part where someone's chasing me. She comes back. Here you go. I didn't get very far.
Right.
I died 5 times.
And on another list, it actually mentions Outlast and Outlast 2. So we mix those together.
Layers of Fear was pretty good too.
Yeah. Luigi's Mansion 3, apparently. Apparently that was scary.
Don't get me wrong. Out of all of those games like that is Luigi's Mansion is the best one. It's way better than Mario Party. Hands down. But to be on the list,
Right.
That's their list. Number 4, the Blair Witch.
it was pretty good for what I played.
This list has number 5, Dead by Daylight.
Oh yeah.
I've seen that one.
About that. Not
it's
real
actually
fond of
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially at night. That was one of the only few. There's only a few times my heart's dropped and like I've gotten scared of the game. At night in Dead by Daylight is real fucking scary. Everything's amplified to 1,000.
Dying Light at night in the game at night.
Wait. Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight.
Which
That's
one
not the one where you're in the Brazilian town surviving.
No, Dead by
That's the one
Daylight
I'm
is the
talking
one
about.
where you get to choose which horror.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, never mind. I hate that game.
There is another.
Yeah,
movie.
you're thinking of the one that I was just talking about, where if you have the setting on, a real player can invade your game while you're playing your campaign. Because I think somebody did that while we were playing together. One of the few times we did, and they come in as like some I forgot the exact type, but like like big zombie guy.
Yeah, they can be a zombie in the game and they just
Yeah.
wreck your shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and they just try and destroy you. You're just running back to a safe house and using your UV flashlight.
Another list has a Alan Wake.
Never played it.
Alan Wake.
Yeah.
Rings a bell.
I believe it's a PlayStation exclusive, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's on the Xbox, but like
Is it? Alright.
I've never played it.
Um,
Got passed up by Halo 2, I think.
Until Dawn is on there. This is on PlayStation.
Oh, yeah.
Gruesome violence, choices that make you bring your mind to a dark place. I think I've seen some gameplay on this one. I think this one's pretty cool.
It's like a real fucked up alien look.
Dead Space,
Yep.
of course.
Solid choice.
Yeah. Some people say Last of Us, Fear, Silent Hill, the original Silent Hill is where like the movies and stuff were based off of.
I like that movie.
Yeah. Alien Isolation.
We've got all the games.
Want to play that tonight?
Right. No, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna black out, and then I'm gonna wake up with a headache.
Drink some water.
Yeah. Water or Gatorade or Pedialyte.
Phobia, the one you guys mentioned.
Phasmophobia. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen Demon Killer play that a couple times.
Layers of Fear.
Hey, I think they made a second one too. I never played that one.
And then Amnesia, The Dark Descent.
I've heard of that one.
I've heard of it, but I've not seen
I've
it.
got space amnesia.
Yeah, those are pretty much a lot of those ones were on a few of the lists that I've seen. So
One of these days, I'll finish a horror game I've started. It's just not gonna be today.
We'll have to tie you down to a chair.
and just play for the rest of your life.
All right, now hold this controller and get through the game for me.
You know, honestly, like I could do like if I ever decide to stream again, I could do a subathon doing scary movies or scary games.
You'd be great.
Add sound effects and all that.
I couldn't do it like you because I just don't scream the same way.
Yeah, you're
I have a
by
very
far the most vocal out of all of us.
yeah.
I've been repressed just enough to not scream like that.
Scream like a little
beautiful.
bitch.
You should try it.
Game Boy here is the only one that actually screams like a little bitch.
Yeah.
All right.
Favorite?
Zach, what's your favorite pastime of Halloween?
Favorite pastime?
The one part of the test you didn't study for.
Everything else but the pastime.
Well, my
or
thought,
like event or something like that.
yeah, my first thought went to like trick or treating. But then I remembered I like candy, but I really don't like it that much. Like I always used to get shit by family friends or whatever as a kid for being like, you know, sugar junkie. But like I really didn't like it that much. I always had candy. But people always thought I bought candy or whatever. No, I just didn't eat it fast. I just have a little at a time. So I always had candy.
I'm always throwing out candy from Halloween.
Right. But yeah, trick-or-treating, I have a lot of fond memories. But the last time I did anything trick-or-treating related, shortly after leaving my group of friends to go home, I heard that they got robbed by gunpoint. This was probably within 10 minutes of me walking away from them and then going a different direction so I could go home. So the fondness kind of went down a little bit.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Right. But otherwise, I'd say either going to like haunted houses or slash like mazes, especially mazes. Or where I got this shirt, going to Disneyland around that time. Specifically, I know this is technically Christmas, but I went around Christmas time. But they had the Nightmare Before Christmas set up on, so I'm counting it.
Yeah, that's one of my. I want to go there during Halloween or Christmas.
It's good.
That.
All right, Mike, what's your favorite pastime?
Gonna be depending on. First one is gonna be the haunted houses that we've been doing for the past 5 years or so.
Yep.
With coworkers, and now for me it's going to be current and former.
If you don't know what we're talking about, Google search Heartstopper's Mine Shaft. It's in Rancho Cordova.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then the other one, not necessarily Halloween, is Aftershock. Big concert that just happened fairly recently.
Always takes place in October.
No, it used to take place in September when it first started, but now it is October.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
But it was fun. Metallica double headlined this year. So I got to see them twice in a weekend, which was fun. But yeah, so that would be my list.
David?
I'm going to be honest, looking at the screen right now, Mike just looks like a head. Mira on the wall.
So for those of you not watching, there is a fish tank behind me, and the light just turned off because it's on a timer.
Maybe it's because I'm drunk, but like all I see.
No,
No, it
and I'm
does
wearing
look
a
dark.
black Giants jersey, so all you see is a floating head in front of a microphone.
He's like the exact opposite of the Headless Horseman.
So yeah,
All right.
that is all you can see as far as when you look at the stream.
So I love carving pumpkins. Because I love pumpkin bread, banana bread. So like one of my favorite pastimes is gutting a pumpkin. By the way, are you a pumpkin? Because I want to rearrange your guts. I'm pretty sure I butchered that again. Anyway, my favorite thing is
I don't think he gets what it means.
Yeah.
my favorite thing is to gut a pumpkin because my aunt used to collect pumpkin butts. Oh, fucking wasted. Guts and then like make pumpkin bread out of it. So like I love like gutting a pumpkin and then getting my own 3 or 4 loaves of pumpkin bread. Heartstoppers is becoming a nice little tradition. Because honestly, think about it. How often do ACAs get to hang out with one another?
Outside of work?
Outside of work. Because like you're either working or you're at home decompressing from a real shit day.
Maybe once or twice a year.
Yep. So like Heartstoppers is that one location where we can get together. We all the thing about ACAs is that our humor is very dark. And what holiday is all about darkness? Halloween.
Easter.
Valentine's Day.
Right. So, like,
Well,
it's
that
the
depends
one.
on whether or not you have somebody in your life.
True.
Sorry, Armando.
Oh.
So it's the one time a year we like get to really hang out with one another.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So like Heartstoppers is becoming one of those things where we get to hang out. That's why I asked you how much were the tickets, because I haven't remembered.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Okay.
So for me, I'm not a big holiday fan, so it's always hard for me with stuff. I don't like socializing with a lot of groups.
I feel like a dog.
For me, for the most part, like, it's, I have kids, so it's pretty much come to that. It's just spending the time with the kids. I hate carving pumpkins, but I do it. We just went to the pumpkin patch. We got some pumpkins. We went with our friends and stuff like that. So it was, just not me anymore, or, me and my wife. So we had some people with us. And so it's just that, watching the Halloween movies again. Because a lot of them, you get them here and there, but a lot of them don't come out until around this time, especially the 31 days or 30 days of Halloween. And you just get the mixture of, like, some of the ones like we've mentioned, some of the horror ones. There are some horrors that I do watch, but for the most part, it's just, the pastime of, just doing that normal stuff.
Shout out to Freeform for doing holiday movies every month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired.
No, honestly, Freeform, they've a lot of those movies. That's why we're watching a lot of these movies, is because of that.
Yeah.
So I think with that, that's gonna wrap up our Halloween special.
Yeah, you heard the man. We are concluding this episode of the Halloween edition of
Let's see how this goes.
Strike Team Gaming presents Level 4 XP, brought to you by Revis Productions. If you haven't already, make sure you click the Linktree. You'll find all the social media accounts and all the invitations for everything listed in that link. If you haven't already, click the bell, hit the follow, hit the subscribe button, but make sure you're following us everywhere. Anywhere you can find Level 4 XP. I've been here with
Irishguy, a.k.a. Mike.
This is Doke.
And Zmainia.
I've been Game Boy. Thank you for joining us on this episode, our Halloween edition. We thank you. Enjoy the rest of your week, and make sure you tune in for future episodes, including the upcoming next season. Bye-bye now.
You forgot about the Halloween special.
Thank you.
Not the Halloween, the...
Yes, the Christmas special. We're going to see who wears the best Christmas sweater on that episode. Enjoy it. Bye-bye now.